The top stories for the hour. Gender bias, unequal pay, and limited opportunities for career advancement impacted women journalists in Africa. And as scholars said, Africa's unique role in human development, showcasing a continuous evolutionary record. Hello and welcome to EBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. I am Makralawi Siyum with the daily updates. Stay with us. Ethiopia's Deputy Prime Minister Temesgen Tiruna visited the Shabelle zone in the Somalia region, where he launched the harvesting of irrigation rice in the Barano Warada. Temesgen praised the promising rice cultivation, which aligns with the country's goal to achieve food self-sufficiency. The Deputy Prime Minister emphasized that the government has been starting with small-scale initiatives and expanding them into larger ones. He mentioned Somali region as one of the 7 areas in Ethiopia where rice can be grown, and a large-scale rice production has also started in the Amhara and Oromia region. Temesgen asserted that diligent effort will be made to mirror the results achieved with the wheat in order to be self-sufficient in food. For his part, Mustafa Umar, Chief Administrator of the Somali region state, noted that the stage of irrigated rice cultivation in the area started in March 2024. In 2018, the total land cultivated in the area was 390,000 hectares, and last year it reached 887,000 hectares of land, the Chief Administrator stated. Additionally, the total production increased from a meager 7 million quintals 6 years ago to 26.5 million quintals last year. Minister of Agriculture Girma Amente stated that efforts are being made to cover the demand of rice by the country's own capacity, adding that the country's managed to cover 50% of it with domestic production. The Federation of Saudi Chamber announced Saudi Arabia and Ethiopia are set to strengthen their economic ties with the establishment of a new business council for the 2024 to 2028 terms. The Saudi-Ethiopian Business Council, recently approved by the General Authority by Foreign Trade, aims to enhance trade and investment opportunities between the two nations. Abdullah bin Mohammed Al-Ajmi will lead the council as president, with Umar bin Abdullah Al-Kahrashi and Misfir bin Musad Al-Shahrani serving as vice president, according to the Saudi press agency. The formation of the council aligns with Saudi Arabia's strategy to deepen economic ties with Africa, particularly with Ethiopia, which is one of the continent's largest economies, with a gross domestic production of approximately 205 billion in 2022. Al-Ajmi emphasized that the council is poised to capitalize on this untapped potential by fostering stronger business partnership between the two countries. The council is expected to serve as a pivotal platform for supporting Saudi's export and targeting key sectors in Ethiopia. Al-Ajmi highlighted Ethiopia's attractive investment environment and its strategic role as the trade hub for Central Africa. He noted that the council will focus on promising sectors such as agriculture, mining, petrochemical, food industry, tourism, real estate, and construction. The commission of 2 additional turbines of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam GERD demonstrates Ethiopia's positive intention to interconnect the region electric power supply, former GERD negotiator and water resource researcher Fak Ahmed Nagash remarked. It is also recalled that Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed announced last week that the 2 additional turbines at the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam have become operational. Note that along with the uninterrupted flow of the river, the dam's spillway have been opened, releasing an additional 2,100 cubic meters of water per second. GERD plays a crucial role in managing water flow, mitigating flood risks, and ensuring the downstream nations receive a steady supply of water, particularly during drought, Abig said on a social media post. This carefully regulated release will significantly enhance agricultural productivity, boost power generation, and improve resource utilization throughout the region. The former GERD negotiator and water resource researcher Faka Ahmed Negash told ENA that functioning of all turbines could foster trust among basin countries. Faka Ahmed said that while the entire turbines of the dam were originally scheduled to be operated by now, unforeseen circumstances have prevented the full implementation in this regard. The two turbines already combined, and the recent addition of 2 more turbines will double the power supply, he added. Co-founder of the African Women in Media, Yemisi Akibobola, stated that challenges such as gender bias, unequal pay, and limited opportunities for career advancement impacted women in journalists from entry and progress in the field. Having gender policies can be a viable solution, but Akibobola argues if only implemented. Tigster Nessa reports.
According to multiple research, journalism has historically been male-dominated, with women facing barriers to entry and advancement. However, over the years, women have made significant progress in the field, breaking through the glass ceiling and making a name for themselves as influential journalists and media personalities. Despite these advancements, women in journalism continue to face various challenges. Approached by ABC World, a senior lecturer at Birmingham City University and also co-founder of African Women in Media, Dr. Yemisi Akimbobola, stated that challenges such as gender bias, unequal pay, and limited opportunities for career advancement impacted women journalists from entry and progression in the field.
So all of these things work together to impact how easy or how straightforward it is for women journalists to progress in their career, and therefore leading to a sense of job stagnation where you kind of feel, okay, you're not moving forward. But also in terms of salary. We've all heard the concept of gender pay gap, and that's often described as when your male colleagues is earning more than but you're on the same level. But actually, it goes beyond that. If you are not given the opportunity to progress in your career, but you're earning what you should be earning at your career level, that is still a gender pay gap because you've not been given the equal playing ground to move up. The second area that emerged from the continental-wide research was around sexual harassment. Okay, and so this ranges from kind of the things that have become normalized, right, in terms of things that are said to you, or even things like sextortion, which is the combination of sexual harassment and extortion, where superiors or people who are trying to get you into a job, or even sources, are exchanging those value, whether it's your progression or opportunity to do a story with them, in exchange for you to, sleep with them, and other kind of forms of sexual harassment.
Having gender policies in various institutions can be a viable solution, but Akimbobola argues if only implemented wisely.
There's a question to which having gender policies in these organizations is a viable solution, but at the same time we found that actually the existence of gender policies is not always enough, right? It's not always enough because it's about actually implementing them. And then also a recourse for when things go wrong. So for example, you have a gender policy, but if I've experienced sexual harassment or some form of discrimination, what are my opportunities to report that, and what happens when I do, and what is the impact on my career, that kind of thing. So there's so many things that kind of work together. So that's in terms of just a very brief overview. And obviously, as we look higher in terms of ownership and leadership in media, you see fewer and fewer women compared to the number of women that you see at university studying journalism and media-related topics, and those that we see at the top of media. So there's a huge gap, gender gap in terms of that.
There is also a push to increase the representation of women in media ownership and leadership positions and promote more diverse and inclusive reporting that reflects the experiences and perspectives of women and other marginalized groups, which still a lot of work remains to be done.
An archaeologist asserted that Africa is a cradle of human evolution. Talking to EBC English, archaeologist and African history scholar Tagengu Gosa emphasized Africa's unique role in human development, showcasing a continuous evolutionary record that traces our deepest ancestral roots to the continent. Goshu Maliso has more.
The African continent, particularly the East Africa region, is widely recognized as the birthplace of humankind. This area is considered the origin of our species, where early human ancestors first emerged and began their evolutionary journey. Talking to EBC, an archaeologist sheds light. Africa is the cradle of human evolution.
Africa is indeed the origin of humanity in general. So when we speak about humanity, humanity is not about only the physical evolution aspect. There is a cultural aspect of it. So there is what we call behavioral and physical evolution. So Africa is not only the origin of humanity in the sense that all the biological evolution related stories of humanity evolved mostly in Africa. It's also about the behavioral evolution. It's about, anthropologically we call it cultural evolution. So the entire culture of humanity evolved, and it has the longest and deepest root in Africa as well.
Taganu highlighted that Africa has continuous record of human evolution and behavior as well.
For humanity, in terms of their behavior and in terms of the tools they use, are stone tools. The oldest stone tools we do have still comes from Africa, and the uncontested ones are 2.6 million years old, and there is a continuous record since 2.6 million years all up to today from Africa again. That shows that the continuous record and evolution of human behavior as well. So it's the origin of human behavior and human culture, and at the same time it's the origin of human physical or biology in general.
The historian and an archaeologist further said that Africa has the oldest record of human species for the first time.
There is a continuous wave of human movement or human species movement, or what we call hominids, within Africa and outside of Africa. So the oldest record for human species that left Africa for the first time is Homo erectus, which left about 1.8 million years ago. And after that, there is a continuous dispersal event.
The human evolution has significant impact on reshaping of the environment and ecological change, he noted.
That's all we had for today's update, but before I go, let's have a recap of the top stories once again. Gender bias, unequal pay, and limited opportunities for career advancement impacted women journalists in Africa. And as scholars said, Africa's unique role in human development, showcasing a continuous evolutionary record. Thank you for tuning in to EBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. It was me, Magdalena. See you with the daily updates. Goodbye.